Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be giving you my journey basically on the games I was able to play and complete in 2023. Recording this is December 7th. It's actually the Game Awards tonight, which I'm very hype about. It's actually the entire reason I'm actually making this video. So let's get started. Coming up at number one, we have Weird West. This is my first twin stick shooter I ever got to play, and it was genuinely fun. Honestly, the gameplay was fun and arcadey. It didn't take itself too seriously, and the environment that it placed itself in, with all the different types of monsters, was really fun. And what I really enjoyed about this game is the varied consequences based on the choices made throughout the game. To quickly summarize, basically you play through like 4 or 5 different characters, and based on each of those characters' decisions in different places on the map, they'll impact how the game is played. And that's throughout the game, and then also the ending is pretty sick in terms of varied consequences, so that was pretty neat to play through. And for number two, we have Hi-Fi Rush. This one I did not expect to like. I thought it was going to be just like a very very simple campaign game type game, but the on rhythm beats to the combat for the game was pretty addicting in terms of like just like the arena fights that they give you. Also, the soundtrack is, I think it's underrated, but I think it's rated perfectly actually, because the game is supposed to lean on those types of music. So without the music, I don't know how good the gameplay would be, but story-wise, the game was pretty fun, and yeah, it's very enjoyable. So I'd rate it 3 out of, I don't know. Number three is actually my least favorite game I played this year, and it was Infinite Guitars. It was an indie game with a pretty unique concept. It was basically a rhythm game that had turn-based combat. And if you don't know how that works, basically each turn there would be like a rhythm, like term type thing, like kind of like Guitar Hero, but be very quick, and it'll only be for like 30 to 15 seconds. The art direction was pretty impressive for an indie game. Honestly, it looked like a comic book. The gameplay was super repetitive. I can't even fathom the amount of times I played the same notes over and over again, and that was pretty boring. So, going into the end game of that game, it was like, okay, I already know all the tunes, and I could just breeze past it. And I was playing on the hardest difficulty too, so um, yeah, the lack of like variety in that was pretty bad. Also, I did run into a glitch where one level just stopped working, and basically how I had to do it was break the game and run around the map in like the no clip area or like the outside space, and I had to beat the level that way because there's no way to checkpoint back because I don't know, the game just didn't work well. So yeah, that's Infinite Guitar. At number four, we have Ghost Runner 1. I'm gonna say 1 because the new Ghost Runner 2 it just came out recently or is about to come out. I'm not totally sure about that, but man, this game was crazy. An adrenaline rush for sure. I really enjoyed replaying levels that I thought I didn't do as good as, because I felt like I could do it in a faster time or do it in a cooler way. The soundtrack matched the game really well too, and its intensity. Um, yeah, the traversal in that game is so crazy. It's really addicting. I hope more FPS shooters look at Ghost Runner in a single player light and like kind of copy that because it's works really well, and I'm very excited to play Ghost Runner 2. So yeah. So game number five that I completed through and through, Dragon's Dogma, was really fun. Um, this I did not know came out like hella long ago, so it was new for me, and I think going into it like that was really good because I didn't look up any videos or anything like that. And if I did, it was only during the playthrough, and that was like to like find some certain items or like basically where to go in the game. Um, but the gameplay overall is really cool. The climbing on enemies was insane. Like that concept was like you in combat is so fun. Just like getting on like a orc's back and just like stabbing the shit out of them. That's really fun. And then controlling your AI companions and downloading other people's pawns. That was really fun. The game is really good, honestly, as a single player game. So yeah, I can't wait for the second one, and I'm gonna play the shit out of it when it comes out. For the sixth game, got Halo 1 Combat Evolved. I've actually never played this one, and it's part of the Master Chief Collection. Me and my friend King Loach were trying to beat all the Halos, like from 1 to whatever. Right now we're on 2, and Legendary on that's absolutely crazy and difficult. But Halo 1 was really nostalgic, honestly. The soundtrack went crazy. It did show its age in the gameplay, especially. I'll have a clip up showing us using a ladder, which was insane but funny at the same time. And the map design was honestly not that great looking back because we got lost a couple of times. So, as far as story, it's Halo, and like gameplay, it's Halo. So, at number 7, we have Starfield. I played this just based off the hype. Honestly, I was excited for this, but as the release date came forward, like came closer, I got less excited for some reason. I don't know why. There's just more games to be excited for, and that I still have on my queue to play. But it's just a Bethesda ass game, really. Honestly, the end game is super similar to Dragon's Dogma in its game loop, where it just takes you like as the current player and then makes you redo the entire story without losing anything, which was I guess refreshing. But after playing Dragon's Dogma, it wasn't really that refreshing. So there was that. The RPG elements were enjoyable. I went with like a guy who could like sweet talk his way through conversations and like events. So doing those was fun. The building and starship creation was super in depth. Honestly, I didn't even go into it that much. I only beat the campaign and some of the side quests. But yeah, that's like for someone kind of like Fallout 4, where they had the base building. They had you could like spend like maybe 5 years on that, like kind of like how people do with Skyrim now. So yeah, Starfield was okay. I'd say there's definitely better RPGs out there. Game number 8, Solar Ash. This was like a really fun and quick game. Honestly, I just turned my brain off, and the surfing mechanics were so addictive that you don't even have to be good at it or even paying attention really that much to be good at the game. The boss battles were super fun, honestly. The giant like set pieces that they had and like all that was really fun to look at and just play through. No complaints on Solar Ash really. For this next game, Evil West, me and my friend Illness 3 played on the hardest difficulty, which was not that fun honestly. Some games can be fun on harder difficulties, but this played like a modernized Gears of War almost with no cover system, and to replace the cover system is just dodging. Um, yeah, something that was said while we played it was actually the artificial difficulty because of like basically they just put in more enemies, so it's just like that's it. That's just more enemies. The cinematics and story were pretty intriguing. I'll put some clips of that, what that looks like. But yeah, it was okay. I'd give it like a 5 out of 10 if I were to rate it, but that's not what this is for. This is just what we completed. And for number 10, I did the campaign for Mortal Kombat 1, and the story to this game was awesome. The campaigns for Mortal Kombat never cease to be bad. They're always good, or for the ones I've played, they've always been good. Something I just like to say about this game is that a lot of media right now is doing the multiverse concept. So that idea can be a bit like it's the same as this, it's the same, but the way that Mortal Kombat does it was pretty well is well executed honestly, and it made the story really good. So I don't really play that much of the multiplayer of it. I'm not that type of fighter gamer, but yeah, the campaign was good. And for the last game, we have for number 11 is Jusant. I just recently beat this game, um, literally right before I went on a like mini vacation. And honestly, it was really relaxing, and the art style that it has is really cool to look at. Honestly, any screenshots taken from the campaign can honestly be made into a screensaver for like a super 4K HD, uh, like like monitor. But the gameplay itself was also fun. It was a bit puzzling at sometimes, but if you just take a step back and look at what's happening, it's pretty easy to go through. Honestly, it's you could turn this game, you could turn your brain off playing this game. It's kind of like how I spoke about Solar Ash. So yeah, it's in that vein basically. Now that wraps up our list of the games I completed this year, 2023. I'd like to say thank you guys for watching the latest videos I've put out recently, just like on the 2K stuff. That was pretty cool. If you made it this far, thank you. I'd also like to list some games that I got to play this year that weren't really campaigny games, but I did still play. Texas Chainsaw Massacre was pretty fun to play with friends. I got back into Fortnite. My friends got me back into Fortnite, and honestly, it's been really fun. Zero build mode is my shit. CK3, Crusader Kings 3, really fun to play. Really cool strategy game. I also dabbled a little bit in Humankind, but I never got to finish that, like a full game of that. So that's still on like my list of games to play. Clone Drone in the Danger Zone. I actually bought this game for my friend, and it's actually on Game Pass. It just got on Game Pass. But when I did buy it for him and when we played it, it was pretty fun. The gameplay to that game is so addicting, it's insane. And like the different types of things you can do is so much fun. And then obviously, if you don't know me, 2K24, that's like a yearly buy for me. But yeah, as you can see from this YouTube channel, yeah, 2K is a big part of it. So yeah, those are the games. I appreciate you guys watching this video, and I'll see you next time.